Building an internet business. The times they are changing. Looking back 150 years ago, if a younger man wanted to make a fortune, he had to go to the gold fields of California or Johannesburg. It was called the Gold Rush. About 100 years ago, it was all about being in the oil sector somewhere. And 25 years ago, my time, it was about getting into telecoms, GCM. Now there is a new gold rush, which started since the telecoms revolution gave birth to the rapid expansion of the internet. Every single day, entrepreneurs across the world, including Africa, are launching tens of thousands of businesses on the internet. In my last post, I wrote afterthought, when you think about building a business on the internet, there are 5 things you should be thinking about. 1. How can I use the internet to help grow the business we already have? There is no entrepreneurial activity that cannot benefit from the internet. Websites, social media platforms are all platforms that can be used to grow your business in terms of its sales and profitability by reaching more customers quickly and cheaply. It will quicken your growth. It is key to getting to the global marketplace. 2. How can I use the internet to spur innovation? 3. How can I use the internet to lower barriers of entry, including capital and cost? 4. How can I use the internet to access skills, expertise, and partnerships? 5. How can I build actual internet businesses? This last question takes the game to a completely new level altogether. It will be the subject of my next post. I promised to discuss number 5, so let's get started. You and I are now on a platform called Facebook and YouTube. Most people who use Facebook don't even stop to think that it is a business. I have even had people write me through Facebook and say they would like to be on the internet. You probably use WhatsApp, another internet-based business. I've used Uber or bought things on Jumia, Konga, Merchandise Uganda, and you used a search engine from Google or Yahoo. All of these businesses rely on the internet. Facebook, first launched in 2004, is now worth $430+ billion. The GDP of 2 Africa's biggest economies, like Nigeria at $486.80 billion, 2015 World Bank, and South Africa at $315.6 billion. Google Alphabet is even bigger at about $645 billion last time I looked. The titans of the internet, Alibaba, Amazon, Facebook, Google, and Tencent, are all bigger than nearly all mining, manufacturing, telecoms, and natural resource companies in the world today. Even the likes of Apple and Microsoft are only able to compete with them because they manufacture phones or provide software used to access the internet. Almost all these companies were started by younger people, often whilst still at college. Many aren't even 40 years old. These guys never knew there was such a thing as tenders on government contracts. They knew no ministers of government and had never met a president. You don't need powerful friends and relatives in high places to get access to the most valuable piece of real estate in the history of the world. What you do need is access to the internet. Even the younger old like me are getting into this gold rush. Please Don't leave me behind, guys. Share with your teacher. Your turn. This week, I want you to showcase only ventures that you have set up on the internet. This time, I am not looking for websites. I want to see businesses that are simply internet businesses. Also include any not-for-profit enterprises. Remember Kenya's Ushahid that I wrote about last year when I showcased Juliana Rotich in my series, African Lioness Rower, World Class, that is our future. Each one of us is a consumer of something. We are all customers to businesses. I love my customers very much, but I didn't set up this platform to talk to customers in my various businesses. I set it up to awaken the giant of the young African entrepreneur. And let me tell you, it's happening. Every day, young people write to me and stop me in the street and want to discuss their entrepreneurial ventures, social and for profit. The African Union reform meetings today, in my opening remarks, I shared the following analytics. 1. Only 15% of intra-African trade, whereas 68% of Europe, 56% Asia, 40% North America. I used these statistics to call for the removal of barriers that make it difficult for Africans to trade with each other. The majority, 60% of our continental citizens, are under the age of 30. The mean age is 19 years old. You must not only listen to them, but involve them if the AU is to be relevant to them.